Hi there, and thanks so much for joining us on this Good Friday. We're getting back to our spring temperatures today with a few chances for sun. I'm never mad at that, Mace, especially as you join us from the backyard. This compared to Monday, my friend, I'll take this.
Oh, so much better. We've had some clouds around this morning, but some sunshine now poking through those clouds. That's really going to help to warm us up today and melt away the snow. At this hour, it's 37 here in the Twin Cities. We have low 40s across southern Minnesota. Parts of northern Minnesota that were down in the single digits and teens this morning have warmed up nicely on up through the 30s. Satellite and radar shows lots of clouds in northern Minnesota, kind of in and out of clouds here through southern Minnesota. Those little flurries that are trying to show up north, well, there's really not much to them. I've been looking on the radars, checking the observations, and not much of it making it to the ground. Although tonight the system picks up a little more energy, may be able to bring in a shower towards the later part of the evening, early overnight here for the Twin Cities. Alexis will look for high temperatures today into the mid 40s. It'll be nice to see that little bit of sunshine on and off. We'll look at the Easter holiday forecast and warmth into next week coming up.
I'm never mad at a little bit of sunshine. Thank you, Mace. Well, here's a look at the most recent data from Minnesota's drought monitor. Right now, some parts of the state are in severe drought, but most of the state sits abnormally dry, which I think we all can understand. Michelle Beck shows us why experts expect an improvement as this week's snow melts.
All the snow is a sign we're in a better place now than this time last year. Very important, especially for our trees. The latest drought maps show how much Minnesota has improved over the last week. Lee Freylake from the U of M tells us this year we won't see frozen soil send snow running off into lakes and streams. Instead, we'll see that snow melt and soak into the ground. This is going to have ripple effects on trees dealing with drought for years.
They needed it really, really badly because waking up into another spring under severe drought would be really bad.
Hey, and the moisture is great for us humans too. Experts say that even though it's the spring, this is really the time where winter recreation will be at its best for all season long. In Golden Valley, Michelle Beck, KARE 11 News.
A barge with a crane that can lift 1,000 tons of weight is now at the site of the fallen Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. It's there in preparation for a salvage operation, but it can't start just yet. The NTSB is still working on its investigation on board the cargo ship that collided with the bridge. Then crews have to figure out how to break apart the pieces to make it easier to move. Today, there's also a vigil honoring the victims of the incident. Well, it's been just over 4 years since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and today we have more details about the amount of fraud linked to federal help. The IRS says it's following more than 1,600 cases of COVID fraud, making up nearly $9 billion. Almost 800 people have been charged, and 373 are facing time in federal prison. We have some sad news out of Hollywood. Actor Lou Gossett Jr., known for the miniseries Roots and in his role in An Officer and a Gentleman, has died. Gossett was the first black man to win a supporting actor Oscar and had most recently acted in the 2023 remake of The Color Purple. Lou Gossett Jr. was 87 years old. New at noon, a woman who shot and killed her teenage boyfriend in Chanhassen is now facing 20 years in prison. 19-year-old Vanessa Sanchez Lopez was convicted on second-degree murder charges for the death of 17-year-old Manuel Bernard Guardo. A criminal complaint says that they were parked in a car with 3 other people when Sanchez Lopez shot her boyfriend. Witnesses say they had been arguing all night. The Bloomington woman who police say led them on a chase that ended in a standoff earlier this week is now facing 4 felony charges. Amanda Nelson is facing 2 counts of second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon and 1 count of fleeing a peace officer. Carver County prosecutors say that she drove away when a South Lake Minnetonka police officer tried to stop her for a warrant out of Illinois. Officers say they saw her pointing what they thought was a handgun. Police say they later found a BB gun made to look like a handgun in her car. If convicted, she could face up to 20 years in prison. Minneapolis police are looking for the person responsible for drilling into the gas tanks of 2 cars in the North Loop. Police say it happened on North 5th Street near North 10th Avenue earlier yesterday. MPD says that they don't know if this is related to similar incidents back in January. Minneapolis has started planning the future of George Floyd Square, and they're looking to neighbors in that area for ideas. Here's what leaders are doing so far.
I'm Danny Spiewak. Nearly 4 years after the murder of George Floyd, the city of Minneapolis is starting to plan the long-term future of the intersection of 38th and Chicago. Last night, they held a community dinner and discussion to get community feedback from neighbors and other people in the community about what they want to see at the square long-term, not just the properties surrounding it and the streets and sidewalks, but also how the city can support outside groups in the long-term vision for the memorial, which stretches through most of the intersection there on 38th Street. The community came with a lot of ideas. The city says it's going to be taking that into consideration and will begin taking more concrete steps in 2025.
In less than 3 hours, Minneapolis rideshare drivers will talk about a new option they hope to bring to the city before May 1st. That's when Uber and Lyft say they plan to leave the city if an ordinance to raise driver pay takes effect. The Minnesota Uber and Lyft Drivers Association is partnering with the New York-based Drivers Co-op. This afternoon, they'll talk about the possibility of forming an app of their own with the help from the Drivers Cooperative. Well, we're taking a live look inside of St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. Leaders are holding a Good Friday Mass. Good Friday is a day when Christians reflect on the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. It's part of the Christian Holy Week leading up to Easter Sunday when Jesus' resurrection is celebrated.